Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with another Hearthstone arena run. And actually, I was planning to do Druid, but we haven't done Rogue in a long time. So let's go ahead and give Valera a whirl here and see what happens. Starting off with a rare, very easy call here. The SI Agent is a fantastic card. The other two are absolute bottom of the barrel trash, so let's just grab that. So, interesting pick here. We can get a Silence, which I'm not a super big fan of this Owl. And then a 3-drop. Of the 3 drops, I think the Shattered Sun Cleric has to get the nod. The Thrallmore Farseer hits harder, and if you give it Cold Blood, say, he can hit for 12 damage, which is kind of nuts. But I think the Shattered Sun Cleric is just way more solid all around. So it's really between the Cleric or the Owl, and I don't really see myself being that desperate for a Silence that I'll pass up this buff. So we'll grab the buff here. So here, oh man, it's a tough call. So the Flesh-Eating Ghoul is definitely a good 3-drop. The issue is I've already got 2 3-drops. We need to spread out the love a little bit. The Gnomish Inventor, I'm beginning to have a bit more respect for. I mean, it's got a decent health total. The problem is if your opponent drops like a Chillwind Yeti or something for his 4-drop, then the Gnomish Inventor just sort of dies for nothing. And then of course there's Shiv, which also draws a card like the Inventor, but it deals the damage. So it's a tricky call. Basically, if I get a lot more removal later on, I'm not going to want a Shiv. I'm going to rather have the creature. But if I am light on removal, then I'll want all the removal I can get, and I'll wish that I had the Shiv. So I guess we'll take the Shiv here just to make sure we err on the side of too much removal just a little bit, rather than too little. Here it's a very easy call. I think these are pretty bad cards, and Deadly Poison's like a Fiery War Axe that you can pay in installments. Here, the Silvermoon Guardian's a bit finicky. It can 2-for-1 sometimes, but the problem is that mages can pop the Divine Shield for free, which sucks a little bit. Chillwind Yeti, though, is just really, really solid, so we'll take the Chillwind Yeti there. Okay, these are all decent cards. I think I'm going to take the Perdition's Blade because it is removal, although if it weren't here between these other two, I would take the Injured Blade Master. So we'll take the Blade here. It's removal, it's a weapon, it's just good all around. Okay. So here I have another opportunity to grab Silence. What I'd like to do though is get some actual 2-drops. At the moment I don't have any 2-drop creatures. Conceal is a good card, I've talked about this before. I do like having it, but not at the expense of getting one of the premier 2-drops. I think that Amani Berserker is probably the best 2-drop in the game, and then Fairy Dragon is definitely in the second tier because it can't be targeted by stuff, so it's actually quite often a pain for your opponents to bring down. Here we have a 3rd Owl opportunity, and I'm still going to pass it. I just don't like this Owl. I'm going to be honest, I don't like it. I mean, yes, there are times when you play it for Silence, but this body is just immaterial. If this were a Spellbreaker, different story. Cold Blood can be nifty. A lot of times you just end up using it as 1 mana for 4 damage, which is not that great. I'll take a Frost Elemental. Even though I'm playing a Rogue, and Rogues are aggressive and whatnot, let's make sure we have some late game here. I'm just not comfortable playing with that one. Okay, so here, Shiv is decent, but Sen'jin Shieldmaster is one that you want to take here, I think. Now, if this were a Backstab or an Eviscerate, then I'd be sweating bullets, but here I think Sen'jin is easy to grab. Alright, well, we've got a pretty nice rare pick. The Ravenhold Assassin was actually good in my Warrior run. I still don't like the card, though. I mean, it's better than nothing as far as your endgame is concerned. So it's between the Kodo or the Sunwalker. Now, I do like the Kodo a lot. It is removal, but the Sunwalkers are such a bitch to get through sometimes. I'm going to grab the Sunwalker here. We'll mix it up a little bit. I pass on these a little bit. I probably rate them a little bit lower than I should. And I am starting to really appreciate Taunt, so let's go ahead and grab this thing. Okay, well, here I'm going to take the Eviscerate. I think it's just... Even though the Stormwind Champion and the Blade are fantastic cards, I think I just have a really hard time passing on 4 damage for 2 mana. It's just bonkers. Okay. One card I'm starting to get increased respect for because it keeps getting used against me to great effect is the Stormpike Commando. It's not great removal, but it is removal with a body attached, so rather than the Cold Blood, I'm going to take him. Okie dokie, that's a thing. We'll take the Argent Squire. It's an eminently playable 1-drop. The Crocolisk is an eminently playable 2-drop, but I guess it's nice to have the 1-drop in the deck. As I said before, if you have even one 1-drop in your deck, sometime in that arena run, you'll get it in your opening hand, and then it is a very nice thing to have. Alright, we have another Eviscerate versus Assassin's Blade question. I think I'm going to take the other Eviscerate. I mean, yes, Assassin's Blade is great, especially with Deadly Poison, but Eviscerate is just always good. Whereas Assassin's Blade, sometimes good, sometimes not. A 3rd Eviscerate? I am going to take a 3rd Eviscerate. I mean, this spell is just so good. I'll be proven wrong in this arena if I am in fact incorrect about this. Okay, so let's take a look. Amani 2-drop, best 2-drop, Amani Berserker, best 2-drop in the game. At the moment, I have the two may look spiking, but I really hope Blizzard implements a creature counter at some point here, like tells you how many creatures and spells you have. This looks like I'm full up, but actually my only 2-drop really is the Fairy Dragon. The Earthen Ring Farseer is fine. I have 2 3-drops at the moment. This isn't always going to be a 3-drop, though, unless you're like coining it out or you can backstab or something. I mean, you're not really going to play playing it on turn 3. So I've got 1 3-drop and 1 2-drop. Life gain is actually pretty good for rogues, but the Amani Berserker is just so good. Man, it's hard to say. I'm going to trust my instincts. I'm going to take the Farseer, because rogues are hitting things with the dagger all the time, so health gain is quite nice to have. Okay, Stranglethorn Tiger is just, I think, a spectacular 3-drop. So do I have any synergy with Swarm, with a 1/1 board? Well, no. I don't have Stormwind Champion. I passed on that. Didn't take any Frostpool Warlords. Didn't take any Cold Bloods. Don't have any Cult Masters. Don't have any Wraith Leaders. I don't have any synergy with 1/1s, so we'll just take the really, really awesome 5-drop. Another Eviscerate. Well, the other 2 cards, I don't really. I mean, this card, I don't even know what that card says. I don't even see it. It's invisible to me. Shadow Step, I have experimented with. It's not good. It's not like Conceal, which is awesome. This just I didn't have work at all. But Eviscerate, yeah, I'm just gonna take every one of those that I see. It's whatever. It's freaking awesome. Okay, so I said I was respecting Tom more, but this monkey, man, I just don't like that monkey at all. The Abusive Sergeant is decent if you don't play it on turn 1. The Battle Cry is still really good. So do I take the Gurubashi? I think I'm going to take this. Let's err on the side of a little bit of aggression here. Alright, I can take another Perdition's Blade, which is fine, but with these Eviscerates, I'm feeling pretty good about my removal suite. We'll take the Argent Commander because it's just, you know, a phenomenal 6-drop. Oh, wow, Assassinate. I can't remember the last time I actually played with that card. I mean, it's a 1-click kill. The problem is if you're behind, it's so expensive, it doesn't really help you catch up. It's more like if your opponent drops 1 big creature and you've already got stuff on the board. So I'm actually considering the Ogre Magi here because of all these Eviscerates. So like I said before, you know, you don't want to discount 1-card synergies. This 1 card synergizes extremely well with 4 of mine. And the difference between 4 health and 5 health is huge. I mean, there are so many times when your opponent has like a Senjin Shield Master or a Chillwind Yeti and you just need this to deal an extra point of damage. So the Ogre Magi is a serious consideration here. I don't really have 4-drops. And, I mean, because of these Eviscerates, like, it's not that my Assassinate, like, I desperately need to assassinate things. I've got Eviscerates and Deadly Poison plus Shiv and the Perdition's Blade. I've got a fair amount of removal. Granted, you know, if my opponent drops, like, a Sunwalker or, like, a Sea Giant, you know, admittedly then my removal is sort of inadequate. So, okay, we'll take the Assassinate as our 1-out against random big threats. Ancient Mage does give me spell damage. At the moment, I'm not 100% confident of being able to have creatures to use him on. But if I take the Sunwalker, I'm tilting my curve a bit. I'll have 6, 7 cards at 5 or more. I guess that's not the end of the world. Can you imagine, though, Ancient Mage on 2 creatures and Eviscerate for 6 damage as a combo? It's appealing. It really is. And I'm lacking 4-drops. I mean, I've got 3 6-drops and only 2 4-drops. You know, for mana curve, I'm going to take the Ancient Mage. This is crazy to some people, I know. But I do need mid-game, and the spell damage can actually make a really huge difference. Okay. So I know I said health gain was important for rogues, but not so important that I'll take this bad card. Here, we'll take the Amani Berserker. It's the same situation. When I was Amani Berserker versus Earthen Ring Farseer, I only had the 1 2-drop. I still only have the 1. Even though this curve looks light, I really only have 1 2 1-drops, a single 2-drop, and like 2 3-drops, kind of. The Shatterstone Cleric might be wasted, so I think I need to take this Berserker here. Defiance Ringleader. I wondered when you show up. I don't like this Panther. See, I'll just take another Ringleader. See, okay, let's do Panda check. What's good with Panda? This is good. This is, okay. This is not good. This is actually really good to Panda back. Holy crap, that's awesome. This is good. This is good. This is really good. Oh my god. This is actually really good too. You could Panda him back and replay him for spell damage. Jesus. This is good. This is good. This is good. Oh my god, there's so many good things to Panda. I do like Taunt and I'm lacking it, but I have so much Panda synergy. I'm just going to take the Panda here. Oh geez. Well, I don't think I need any more removal, so we'll take the Bloodsail Raider. Okay, so now I end up having way too many 2-drops. Jesus Christ. Well, do I take the 1-drop, which has the risk of sucking, or am I desperate here for endgame? No, I'm not really desperate. Whatever. I have enough endgame here. I think I have 5 creatures at 5 or more. It's a bit light, I suppose. God, do I take the Core Hound here just because I need to? Oh, man. No, you know, I can't bring myself to it. It's just so bad. I was really hoping for some endgame here. Okay, I'm gonna take the Kobold Geomancer. It's not really a 2-drop. I'll be holding it in my hand so I can combo it with an Eviscerate. Please give me some endgame deck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no, this is bad. Oh, boy. Do I take the Core Hound just because I need endgame beef? This thing is so bad. It dies so easily. It's insane. I could take this for more spell. Yeah, I'm just going to take this. I can't take the Core Hound. I'm sorry. I just can't take it. I just hope this last card gives me something. Oh, my God. Kidnapper. This card is rather bad. I've really given it a fair shake, I feel. I'm going to take the Blood Knight. I mean, I did take these 2 Argent Squires. So for 4 mana, I can get a 6/6. All right, we're going to go for it. We're going to treat this as my end game that this deck doesn't have. So this deck, it's not good. I don't think it's good. We'll prepare to be wrong, but here's the problem. I don't have end game, and I don't have early game. I don't know what's in this deck, but like I don't have that many 2-drops, and I don't have that many end game drops. I don't even know what I have. It seems like it's all just kind of split evenly across the curve with a bunch of removal spells thrown in. So I can kill my opponent's stuff, you know, in theory, pretty easily. But I can't actually put down my own threats. And God forbid my opponent has any kind of removal. Oh man, Mage is just going to wreck me. I don't have anything. I didn't see stuff. I didn't see like any Fen Creepers. I guess Sunwalkers. But I passed on one for an Ancient Mage. Oh, maybe that was a silly move. Alright, anyway, we're not against a Mage here. We're against Shipey the Hunter. And of course, drawing lots of expensive stuff. I'll keep the Perdition's Blade for removal against early Hyenas and Buzzers and whatnot. Alright, we got a 2-drop. Whew. Just barely. Got ourselves a 2-drop here. He smells blood. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I think I'm going to coin out the Berserker. The reason for that is I want to dagger up next turn and kill off this Worgen Infiltrator. If I don't coin the Berserker now, then this thing attacks me, then I have to dagger up and I miss my opportunity to put this down. So I'll play this. Coin's gone. It's a bit sad. It means that I can't combo this out as easily. But the nice thing about the Perdition's Blade, of all the combo cards, this is maybe the one that is the least important to combo out. It's just fine. You know, Battlecry, deal 1 damage, then you can hit something. You can deal a total of 3 damage without any kind of combo action. It's totally fine. And if this guy actually survives the next turn, it'll be really good because Shadow Sun Cleric onto Money Berserker is like the best start in the game. He's not going to attack me, which is reasonably smart. I'll just make a dagger, and I'm going to sit on it. I have a feeling I'm going to be using this thing. I'm suspecting he's got a Shattered Sun Cleric coming up to kill off my Berserker. And if he does, then that'll be very, very sad, actually. I'd like for this Berserker to live. He's hesitating. Maybe it's not that easy. No, he's got a taunt. Okay. So, hidden behind the taunt, he's going to do that. Yeah, this seems like a pretty easy move. So, multi-shot, unfortunately, will kill both my creatures. However, that is his whole turn. I've already gotten pretty massive card advantage because I killed the Worgen Infiltrator without using a card, and I killed the Bear without losing a card. So the multi-shot only really like catches him up. And then I drop a Chillwind Yeti. He needs to have a Deadly Shot then. I find that I like this mode of play where it's like you calculate, like, yes, if my opponent has a particular thing, it's good for him. But I always want to like be posing questions to my opponent. I always want to be forcing my opponent to have something. If I just like play random stuff, you know, and don't really force my opponent to do anything in particular, then it's my opponent's much more free to just play random creatures and build up the board. Whereas if I'm asking questions, I'm forcing him to spend his time. Okay, so anyway, notice how if I had 5 mana, it'd be pretty spectacular. I could play Downrun Mage and Eviscerate. As it is, I could still play Shiv and Eviscerate to kill this thing. Yeah, that seems really good, actually. I think I'll just do that. So Shiv first, draw a card. So I am spending 2 cards to kill it, but the first one drew me a card, so I'm not actually losing cards. And of course I could have traded my Money Berserker for the Twilight Drake, which would have been good enough, you know, but do I swing with the dagger? If I swing with the dagger, I can make this Perdition's Blade, but at the moment the Perdition's Blade is not something I'm likely to really put out anyway. I can't combo it out. So I'll hang on to the dagger in case I need it. So he didn't have multi-shot last turn. I'm guessing he doesn't have it this turn unless he just top-decked it. So these might be good. Notice why Money Berserker. I took this card pretty aggressively. Like, notice how much potential it has. The Shattered Sun Cleric obviously helped it out significantly, but it's a really, really solid card. Oh my god, he actually pulled off the Murloc combo. I'm inclined to think this is a bad player just because he's actually trying to do the Murloc thing, which is just awful, but man. Okay. So what is this trap likely to be? I can't combo this guy out, sadly, but I can just play him. Just shoot this thing dead. Bet this is explosive trap. Always assume that hunters have the best trap they could possibly have. The best trap for him would obviously be explosive trap to kill out this berserker. So what we'll do is I'm going to throw this guy down and check to see if it happens to be a snipe. It's not a snipe. Okay. Since that doesn't seem to be a snipe, what I'm going to do instead is, oh geez. Well, this is one of those times when checking for snipe maybe kind of hurt me compared to checking for explosive trap first. Ah, shoot. Well, balls. I really think it's explosive trap. I just think it is. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna kill this. Yep, it's not freezing trap. Gonna kill that. And I think I'm gonna have to lose this guy to an explosive trap right here. But I might as well clear it out before it gets any worse. Yep. Always assume hunters have the best traps. You know what? That's another entry in Papa Boris's Book of Proverbs. Always assume hunters have the best trap. Okay, 6 is a very important amount of mana. I can finally combo this guy out. We'll see if he actually has a really good 6-drop. A good 6-drop here could actually catch him back up, because I would be in a little bit of trouble then. I need to, like, shoot it and do more damage and throw away the Shattered Sun Cleric. Like, if it's a Boulder Fist Ogre, I still can't kill it. There's only 1, 2, 3, 6 damage. Okay, it's not a Boulder Fist Ogre, though. It's that. Wow, that's a bit of desperation. For sure. Argent Squad. Ah, boy, that's funny. Problem with this move is that I end up having 2 mana left, which is sort of pointless. I'd much rather kill his stuff, which I can do. I'm gonna kill his stuff, I think. So here's how we're gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot this thing. Trade my Shattered Sun Cleric. Play Mr. Combo here. Finish this out. And we'll hold on to the weapon. I'm forgoing a little bit of damage by not attacking, but I think it's okay. I have massive card advantage. I mean, because basically he needed to have a multi-shot in that one moment when I had my Berserker and my Shattered Sun Cleric on the field, and he didn't. I got 2 extra cards ahead through those cards. So the fact that he didn't have it then really screwed him. Unleash the Hounds. All right. Oh boy, I think this is a new player. You need to really you really need to hit your opponent's creatures when they're ahead of you like this. Anyway, I'm just gonna, well, I don't want to assassinate that. I think, let's see, can I hit this Kodo? Got out of 13 health. You get like a King Crush or something and kill me. But if I assassinate, you know, and he plays something worse, I'll regret it.
So many options.
All right, I'm gonna hit it.
Hey, lights out.
Here
We're gonna do this thing.
Glory to the Sindori.
And sure, let's do this guy. We'll put her in the middle, because you always want to put your lowest health creature in the middle against hunters. And we got a cool here, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. I'll kill him faster than he kills me. Unless, again, he plays King Crush. King Crush would get me down to 3 at Assassinate. He'd have a chance of winning then, admittedly. Anyway, that was a pretty nice top deck. Swing, swing. For Lorthamar, yes, yes, yes. I'll make a dagger. So King Crush here would not win it for him. He'd get me down to 3 and that would be it. And then I'd win the next turn. So yeah, the moment has passed. And I'm assuming he got the Hunter Legendary, which is, you know, a bit of a wacky assumption to make. But, you know, if it doesn't cost you anything, then you might as well play around your opponent's outs, no matter how extravagant they are. Oh, this card went black for some reason. Okay, that was a pretty decent game. My opponent is new. The reason I say he was new is that there was he didn't kill my SI agent with his Kodo. I think my health was up too high for him to have been playing towards his outs. Or was it? Well, I mean, let's think about this. He had such massive card disadvantage. You know, perhaps I dodged him unfairly. He had such massive card disadvantage that taking the time to kill my agent, I was so far ahead on cards, he wasn't going to really catch up or anything. And, this guy, it's not going to get comboed out anytime soon. I never saw any backstab, so I don't have any easy access to combo. Let's actually send him back. This will be my removal for now. This is my turn 2 play. And then we'll see what happens. Ancient Mage. This could have been a Sunwalker. Well, I guess better that he's the Ancient Mage. Bright Commando. He was good that game, actually. He killed off that stupid Murloc that gets bigger when you summon Murlocs. Cosmonaut, that's a good name. Have I played this person before? It feels like I might have. Right, well, priests have no weapons, so that's as good as that's going to get. What I could do here, I could make a bit of a wild move. I can actually make a dagger. And then next turn, Assassin's or Perdition's Blade, punch this, and then attack it. The problem is if he plays another creature, I'm starting to fall behind all of a sudden. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to make a panda here. We'll see if he has a Holy Smite or a Shadow Word Pain that he wants to use, or if he's just going to trade creatures, or if he's going to attack past me and wait for me to do the trade. He's got the removal Shadow Word Pain. Well, there are, you know, scarier things that can hit. And that was at least his whole turn. If he had, well, he couldn't have had a Shattered Sun Cleric, it's only 2 mana. Okay, so anyway, we're going to go ahead and kill this thing. So this is a nice, you know, demonstration. Even though it's not comboed out, it's still just, you know, totally fine here. I wish this were a Sunwalker. Oh boy, do I wish this were a Sunwalker. Because, well, I have nothing to play, but this thing just sucks. It's 2/5. And, well, I have a Sunwalker now. So do I waste my this or do I waste my this? I'm going to waste this. It's sad, but a 2/5 is not nearly as good as a 3/5, but, you know, it's something. And I've already played my panda, so he is not coming back to my hand. Yeah, this is just a 2/5, and that's it. Pretty shitty.
Silvermoon shall not.
Shall it not fall? Shall it really not? Okay. What we'll do is play this guy.
It's time for a little blood.
The fact this guy's at 2/5 is just so bad. I can't even stand it. I have to hit him with everything to kill it, don't I? And everything I have deals 2 damage, so I guess I might as well just go ahead and stop thinking about it.
Here we go.
Well, I've got the... I think I'd say I won the opening here. I mean, we have 6 cards to 6. He was second, so he's lost his extra card, thanks to this SI agent and my weapon. And I've got the board and he's got nothing. And now this is where Assassinate really shines, because if he plays one big thing, I just Assassinate, keep on trucking. Ah, yes, I'm going to counter Commando. That is, yes, that is a term I just made up. Counter Commando. It's where you play a commando in response to your opponent's commando. I could, of course, Shadow Sun Cleric, but the Shadow Sun Cleric's not that great here. These are 3 toughness creatures, so if I buff them, they still die to this guy. I think I'm just going to counter Commando. One thing to consider is you can always commando your Berserker here, and then enrage it, but obviously there, it was just better, I think, to kill off his creature. I'm pretty Holy Nova proof. Notice got these 2 wonderful 3 toughness creatures. So for Shattered Sun Cleric, I'd probably want to target this guy. Is that a Holy Smite? Shadow Madness. Ah, well, for 4 mana, he gets to kill 2 of my creatures. That actually gets him back some of his card disadvantage.
I hope you like my invention.
But I think I'm still doing really good here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play Sunwalker here.
Hey, lights out.
It doesn't die to any Shadow Words. It can be mind controlled, but I have the perfect answer to it. Assassinate gets through the taunt and the Divine Shield and all that jazz, so should be good. And I mean, apart from mind control, priests don't have an answer. Well, silence. Oh, I see. That is also an answer they could have. Ah, bummer. Now he's going to use the healing to kill off my Duder face. No! Jeez! I was so ready to Shattered Sun Cleric buff this and kill that bitch, but balls. Ah, Deadly Poison. Do I have enough? I do. So I can assassinate, but I don't want to assassinate this thing because I really want to make sure I can actually assassinate this thing in case it gets mind control. So we're going to use Deadly Poison here. That's a very timely arrival. I don't even need to use Shattered Sun Cleric, do I? I don't actually. I'm just going to hit this thing to pop my Divine Shield. We'll hit that here. What I'm actually going to do is play the Fairy Dragon and then Shattered Sun Cleric. And you might be thinking, Boris, why are you buffing that on your turn? Well, 2 reasons. Number 1, putting this at 4 power. Well, actually, no, never mind. It already can't be targeted by Shadow Word stuff because it's a Fairy Dragon. But putting it at 3 health makes it not die to Holy Nova. So I have this nice Holy Nova proof board. Mind Control, I Assassinate. How did he get so ahead on cards? Oh, right, because there's a Deadly Poison on this. So I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards to his 6. So yeah, I'm kind of okay on cards. Although, of course, once I use up this Deadly Poison, I'll be down on cards, but, you know, presumably this Deadly Poison will be killing something. Unless it gets oozed. Does this always flicker like that? I feel like it's glitching out. Boulder Fist Ogre. Aha. Well, this is why the Lord created Assassinate. Now, if he plays one more scary thing, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. I could, of course, not assassinate. I could hit it with my dagger and use, like, the Fairy Dragon. However, I'll do that for the next scary thing that he plays. I think that, not only does this let me do more damage... Do I play this? Yeah, I'll play this.
The light protects me.
Do I hit him with the dagger? I don't think so. I think it's nice to keep that poison dagger out. But yeah, so the next thing that he plays that's really huge and scary, okay, that one I'll hit with my dagger, but I don't want to take any damage if I don't have to. I am getting, you know, a little bit low. 20 is where you have to start to kind of watch it. Loot Hoarder drops down. Silver Moon Guardian. Okay, great. Oh, man. Blood Knight would be so good here. It would be crazy. Okay, Blood Knight's getting even more crazy. Let's think about this. Do I even want to deal with his creatures? Do I even care? Let's see. This is 8, 11, 12. Oh my god, this is 15 damage that I have here. So then if he clears my board out somehow... If he clears out my board, then he can heal up and go back up to 3, so I can't kill him with my weapon. He heals faster than I can kill. Shoot. Alright, let's not go crazy here. Let's just do this. I think I'll just do that. Seems like a decent use of my time. And that guy... I'll leave him alone. We did one of my favorite things here. We sort of hedged our bets. And the light protects us. This could have been like I think one of these could have been the Core Hound, which I guess would be pretty decent here. Well, I'll see if he has an answer. He has Mind Control. Okay. It's a good move. Now he gets to kill off that creature. It's actually very difficult for me to bull my way through this. I only deal 1 damage because I used the Poison Dagger to kill the Alarma bots. Ah, Eviscerate. I have to check here. Can I actually win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't combo this. Oh, nuts. Shoot. This Sunwalker is way better than it has any right to be. Shoot, is this the beginning of a comeback for my opponent here? I could use uncomboed Eviscerate plus the Sunwalker. Or plus the Shadows and Cleric to kill it. I could also use uncomboed Eviscerate plus this, and Dagger and trade creatures. But he's actually getting card advantage against me is the problem. From the healing and from the Mind Control. Damn, I guess I should have killed this when I had the chance. Shoot. That was a very good Mind Control all of a sudden here. And his health is just a bit too high for taste. I can't let him attack my stuff because he'll heal it up. So I need to either keep my little creatures or my big one. I guess I'll keep my... Oh god, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, Jesus. That was definitely not the best way to do things. Ah, okay, I lost time. Anyway, that was terrible. I couldn't think of the right move. Gets to heal up some more. Uh-oh. This is starting to get really bad. That Mind Control really saved it for him. Argent Commander would actually win me the game here. It would deal 6 damage. Eviscerate into Eviscerate does not win me the game. That is 2 plus 4 is 6 damage. Shit. Well, let's ping him with the dagger. Play Dagger Master. I'm playing to my outs here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let him heal back up to 11. An Argent Commander still wins me the game because it's 4, 8, 12 damage. So I'm just going for what is my out, basically, at this point. It's obviously going to heal up, but got to take your chances. Oh, yeah, well, okay, that's nice. So yeah, I have my last chance to top deck an out. And I actually got it. Well, that was very lucky, admittedly. But Whatever, man. You've seen my arena runs. You've seen some stuff that's been going on. I deserve a little break here. And I was ahead the whole game anyway. So, you know, he got his luck earlier where he top decked the mind control. I got my luck later when I got top decked the Argent Commander. We all got our luck. It just all balances out. It's totally fine. Alright, anyway, hope you enjoyed that, the beginning of that arena run. The rest of the games, of course, are going to be coming up in the next video. If you enjoyed this one, please like and or subscribe. And then I'll see you soon for the rest of the games. Till then.